Welcome to the Gathering Place podcast. My name is Joe Seaman, a real estate agent in the Augusta, Georgia, Aiken, North Augusta, South Carolina area. I run the J Properties Group, brokered by Maybarn Real Estate.
My name is Hope Seaman, and I am a chaos coordinator and a Jill of all trades.
What's going on, everyone? We are back in the podcast studio for the Gathering Place podcast. And we said last time that it would probably look different this time, but I think it will look different next time. So
Yes.
We got some time, and we'll kind of liven it up some. So super thankful to our broker for renovating our office and making this space for us. And so today we are talking on something very, very controversial between Hope and I.
Topic.
Like very controversial between two of us.
Very much so.
Because
You can tell.
Yeah, you can tell just in our clothing what we're going to be talking about today. And it's basically like paint colors and color choices and like decorating styles and themes and design and all that. And so why don't you go in and
So
share
clearly I
your...
love color, and I've always loved color. And so I would say when we first got married and we built our first house together, our only house together, I probably went a little crazy in the color department. And I think back to some of those choices, and you were really a good trooper. Y'all, he let me paint the hallways and the stairwell a dark purple. Oh, it was so pretty, but now that I look back, I'm like...
It was kind of like a bright, dark purple.
It was a bright, dark purple, but purple is my favorite color. I tend to go towards blues and greens, but purple is my favorite color. And so you were very good about letting me just experiment.
We kept that color for probably 4 or 5 years, and then we needed some touch-up painting done, and you were gone somewhere.
And you just changed it.
And I said, Larry, paint this hallway and stairwell.
Bless his soul.
I can't take it
I know,
no
I miss him.
more.
He was a good painter.
So,
and then our formal dining room and our kitchen were like, I remember my mother-in-law. It was like ketchup and mustard. But I mean, it's
beautiful.
It was a finish. It was like a faux type finish where, I don't know. I look back on that. Good Lord, things change. But we've been in our house.
Our kitchen has been lime green.
Yeah.
It has been
not really lime, but greenish, mintish, limeish green.
And then it's been a soft green.
It's
been kind of a gray color. And it's been
a
yellow.
It was a school bus yellow with a red wash over the top of it. I mean,
it's
been
just
everything.
20 years.
So our kitchen has seen... Our house has seen it all, to be honest with you.
I'd love to peel the paint layers off of our kitchen.
Oh, gosh. But the whole point in this is, the thing I would like for y'all to know now is that because we now think in the realm of selling homes and so on and so forth and displaying them and all of the things, I've learned to tone my color down a little bit.
Permanent colors, like wall colors and fixture colors.
Yes. Kind of. I will be more along the lines of these days to add color into things that can be easily changed.
Rugs, furniture,
and pillows and things like that, and a more neutral wall. Like, it is really stressing me out right now that we are so neutral in this corner, which is why that will change very soon. We will add something in here, some texture, some colors, but I am always drawn to color. I mean, I'm absolutely still coveting blue cabinets. I'm just saying. But, anyway, whole nother subject. So we've recently done some painting projects together and some renovations together on a property in Harbor Island that we now rent out for Airbnb. So that was hard for him to rein me in, and it was hard for me to rein him in, because if it were up to him, everything would be white. It would be just like this. This whole color scheme, this would be it if it were up to him. And I'm like, oh no, we're on the coast. We need blues. We need teals. We need light aquas. We need the colors of the ocean. And I did. I did get them. And we compromised. I thought he was going to have a heart attack when I painted the ceiling in the bathroom.
Yeah. But I will say it's like one of my favorite rooms.
It is so spa-like. And I think you should just be open to color. I don't think everything in your life should be neutral. I really don't. But I don't think you have to be near as vibrant as I have liked to be at some point in my life.
And I don't think every single room has to have a different
Correct.
color and color scheme.
Correct.
Like
Correct.
we've gotten from a friend of ours that we have their house listed. We've got the most beautiful color blue, gray.
Oh, absolutely. It's called
Wedgwood.
Wedgwood gray.
And
yes.
it's beautiful. And so it gives Hope just enough color, and it's neutral and like toned down enough for me. And so it's a very good compromise.
It was.
And you wanted to use that color in several different rooms, and I'm like, oh, I don't know.
We did.
And so we did.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
turned
not
out well.
like every other room has a different color in it. It's all the same color, and so it's not as
yes.
jolting to me.
I will say I did things like in the boys' rooms upstairs. Cade loves to fish, and there was when we acquired the home, there was some artwork on the walls that was like nautical knots, and so it was reds and blues, and so I did play on that, and I did do some things to add some color. But it was really nothing permanent. So even the walls themselves has the peel and stick wallpaper. So when we're done with that and we want to change that out, we can just peel it off and it'll be done and go on. Kessler's room has, he loves plants. And so we did same thing. We did a temporary wall covering that will be able to be taken down. It won't do any damage to the wall, so on and so forth. So we're not stuck to that permanently. And I think I learned over the years with my bright, dark purple walls, yes, it may have been beautiful to me at the time, but when I think back on it, I'm like, oh my gosh, that was horrible. I mean, thank you for letting me do it, but it was horrible. And I think if you just focus on neutral bases, pops of color, those of you that love color like I do, I think it just brings out a classy feel to things, especially when you want to show your home or showcase your home, whether it's selling it or whatever. I just think it makes more of a statement. Now, again, these colors are great, especially when you're selling your home. As like I'm over here talking about all this, you should be talking about this.
I'm taking it all in, so
really,
you're listening.
It's really good when you go to sell your home because it gives people the opportunity to see their stuff, their perspective in there. But again, you've got people like me. I love color. I'm drawn towards it always. And there's that compromise, and I think we've done well with that.
Right. So I just showed a house this afternoon before we started all this, and everything in that house is either a light gray white with white trim, and then like their accent, they have an accent wall. It's painted black. And then all the fixtures are black. And so I love that because it's very calming when everything kind of flows together. The hinges on the doors are black. The doorknobs are black. The light fixtures are black. The plumbing fixtures are black. So everything is very cohesive when it comes to that. And then the walls are one color. And the whole entire house, except for an accent wall here or accent wall there, is black. So it goes with the fixtures. And then all the trim is a very bright white. And then the outside is a white and black. And so, yes, it's not a ton of color, but it is very soothing to someone like me that likes a lot of consistency and that I'm just drawn to that. So if I had walked into that house and the dining room is red and then the living room is teal.
I mean, I do regret those decisions.
And the kitchen is lime green and, and then we've got mixed match floors everywhere and the light fixtures. You've got a gold light fixture in here and
that was
a black light fixture in here. Like, that is very, like, talking about, like, the mind of chaos.
You just reminded me we needed to change the chandelier in the dining room. Because we had kind of changed out some of our fixtures, and that one doesn't match anymore. You just reminded. So, see, you just cost yourself
in our house that we live in?
The one we live in.
Yeah.
Yes. So
I'm on board with it. But so that is why we've not had any major renovations in 20 years at our house, is because we've always been on such different pages.
But we do compromise.
When it comes to that. Like, I do think we're both ready to do, like, a primary bedroom update, renovation, and I think we're both on the same page about painting it super dark.
Fern green. It's almost up.
It's really dark.
It is really dark, but it's not like a vibrant color. we saw it together when we went to do we went to Atlanta with your friends, and what was that?
The show house.
It was a
Christmas
show,
house.
Christmas holiday house.
Yeah.
Yes, and that room I have not forgotten that room.
Yeah.
The one that was green with
Yeah.
it was so pretty.
I know.
It was so pretty. Oh, it was so
Yeah.
pretty. So,
Yes.
but again, that's kind of what we have to do
Mm-hmm.
is we see things that we like, and I'm like, Hope, what do you think about this? Or Joe, what do you think about this? And we're like, okay, well, let's add here. But ultimately, at the end of the day, unless you're gonna, nothing is going to stay in style. I think that's very important. Nothing in life is going to stay in style all the time. There's a couple of houses right now that you have listed, and I walked in them, and I'm like, I can tell you exactly when this house was built.
Yeah.
And one thing that I feel like we both have always been very good at is picking pieces that fit our personality but are not trendy.
Yeah. So I guess that is kind of like our style / the way we look at things, because we do like for it to have some personality, but like
Yes.
I'm traditional. Like I am not wanting to paint every 2 or 3 years. I want like paint colors and design and cabinetry and trim and all that to be that timeless look,
Yes.
to where you would love to have a hot pink sofa or a lime green
Sometimes.
sofa
Sometimes.
or a teal sofa.
Sometimes.
And
No, if I had my pick, the walls and all that would be white, and the flooring would be a light, like a light wood color, and my furniture would be as vibrant as the day is long. Absolutely. And gold. I mean, I would, but again, that's the art of compromise. It's better than
Yeah.
having the pink on the walls.
yes, I
So,
agree.
long story short, keep your color in places that can be easily changed or swapped out.
Stay more neutral
Yes.
with the more permanent things.
I'm also going to tell you something, and you may disagree with this. I know that there's lots of furniture companies out there, and I know there's lots of name brand furnitures that you should that people love to spend a lot of money on this particular brand. It's
Just
going
don't
to
do
go
it.
out of style. Yeah. It's just going to go for temporary, because you're going to change your bed out. You're not going to buy a bed. We've had our
had our
bedroom set for
20
20
years.
years. We're
Yeah.
ready. We're dying to get rid of it at this point. I
But
am.
I will tell you, we didn't spend. It was a lot of money
At the
back
time.
then, but it's not a name brand,
No.
and we literally found it online,
Yeah.
and we never saw it in person. We ordered it from a furniture company.
I knew the look I was
And,
wanting to go
yeah.
for, but my
But
point
it's been
is
very
that
timeless
Yes.
over the years, and it was not much money.
and
so
the thing is that I don't feel bad when it's time to get rid of it.
Right.
We've
Because
gotten
we didn't
our
spend-
we've
yeah,
gotten
we've
our money
gotten
out
our
of
money
it.
out of it.
Where like your mom has a ton of really nice furniture, and she has a hard time when she gets ready to change in her style.
Yeah.
She has a hard time getting rid of that because she knows how much money she put into that. I'm not spend money on your mattresses, okay? That's very important. Spend money on certain things, but I wouldn't, because you can change it out
Yeah.
really quickly and
yes,
move on, and you will not save on your investment. And
I remember
I mean-
we were on a Christmas tour of homes
Mm-hmm.
shortly after we moved in and built our house.
like when we were on it.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yes.
And our house was on it. And one of our friends saw our bedroom set,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, y'all had to have spent $20,000 on this bedroom set.
No.
And I thought, who in their right mind would spend that kind of money on a
Mm-hmm.
bedroom set? And so, but now that's kind of like, to get a nice bedroom set, you're going to spend a lot
Yeah.
of money. But back then, 20 years ago, I was like, you done lost your mind. It wasn't a fraction of that. But that was the look
Yeah.
of it. And it's held up. It's held
It's
up
done
very,
very
very,
well.
very well.
And just a little local plug, one of my favorite places to
Ah,
shop.
Love it. Yeah.
We love Mary's downtown.
Mary
we love
Furnishing.
it. They're very good. I hope I don't offend anyone. I may have other friends, but that's our tend to go to
Mm-hmm.
locally, because they're locally owned and operated, and they're just really good at getting our style, and they're not pushy, and they have a very a variety of different styles.
I
So
literally just sent one of our buyers there last week,
Yeah.
and she ended up buying a king bedroom set and
Yes.
mattresses and all that.
yeah,
from them.
they're so sweet.
Yeah.
So and I feel like their prices are very economical. We have gone up to High Point and Hickory recently. His mom, my mother-in-law, just outfitted her house, and she got a lot from there, but she also got a lot from Mary's too, because it was just very versatile.
Yeah.
So that's my spiel.
Yeah.
Color, remain neutral, pop with your accents, pop with your furniture. Don't spend an arm and a leg on your furniture, because it's going to wear out and your style is going to change, and you don't want that guilt hanging over you. Oh my gosh, I spent this on this, and this is Bernhard, or this is Lexington, or this is Henry Don, and I mean...
Or feeling like you're having to keep something because of the amount of money you spent on it.
Exactly.
So anyways.
That's that. Furniture does not hold its value. I don't care what anybody says.
No, I mean,
it does
we
not.
are closing on a house that has some super nice furnishings in it. And the seller told me about what the furnishings cost on it. And that was back in, I think he bought it in 07 or 08, somewhere in there, 2010. And he was telling me all this money that this furniture costs. And I believe him. It costs every penny of it. And we're talking 6 figures of furniture for this huge house. And I had to be the bearer of bad news and was like, sorry, dude, like, you might get $25,000 for it. Might. Maybe on a good day. And that is leaving all your drapes, all your dishes, all your silverware, the whole entire house full of stuff. Like, sorry, you spent that much money.
And I'm not talking about antiques, y'all. I'm talking about your furniture store.
Yeah. Just everyday stuff.
Stuff today. Antiques is a whole different beast in itself.
Yep, whole different ball game.
But yeah,
it's tricky. So you want nice stuff, but then you don't have to spend so much money.
You don't.
But then don't
you
buy
really
the cheapest
don't.
stuff
Don't buy.
either.
I mean, you don't want to change it out in a year.
Yeah.
But if you don't want the guilt. There's no reason to put the guilt on yourself.
Yep.
So
Yep.
there's that.
Keep it kind of neutral, but kind of to where everyone will like it, especially if you're going into selling your house or something like that. But if you have purple walls and you hire me as your real estate agent, I'm going to tell you to paint them.
I'm going to tell you to paint them too, even though I love them.
Yes.
What I'm going to tell you to do is get a piece of artwork that's big and goes on that wall that has the purple shade that you want in it.
Agreed.
That's what I'm going to tell you.
Agreed with it. So that was it.
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap on paint colors, and hopefully by the next time we get on this podcast,
we're going to
we'll
have
a
some
different
color.
set. And
have color for sure.
That's a wrap on this episode.
Got to get on the interwebs.
There we go.
All
We'll see y'all later.
See you later.